Fresh and Fit Money Clips. Subscribe now and revolutionize your financial perspective with Myron and Fresh on the Fresh and Fit Podcast Money Monday show. In this exclusive episode, join the discussion as they unveil the unconventional wisdom on how strategic debt can lead to wealth and beat inflation. Gain insight that challenge common beliefs and discover the keys to leveraging debt for financial success. Don't miss out. Tune in now and reshape your approach to wealth building with Myron and Fresh on the Fresh and Fit Podcast Money Monday show.
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. Today, we're going to be talking about debt, guys, good debt, bad debt, and how you can basically leverage debt to become very wealthy.
All right, man. So, guys, in the chat, you're in America, you've been growing up here your whole life, or you're an immigrant yourself, and you're in this word called debt. Most people don't know what debt is really, right? Because, like, with debt, it has good or bad meaning. So we'll cover it real quick, Chris. What is debt? If you don't remember bringing it up. So debt, guys, basically is something, especially money, that is owed to someone else, or the state of owing something. So when you have debt, right, guys, you have two options. Either it's good debt or bad debt. However, regarding debt itself, it's not a bad thing. So I say that to say, with debt, if you have debt, guys, I'm telling you right now, for the most part, bad debt will own you, and it's a bad thing. So, for example, these 6 things here means that debt owns you. Number 1 is if you use overdraft protection. So you got a bank account, you always get overdraft because of either auto payments, or, for example, you have big purchases and you're using your overdraft protection. Guys, real talk, man, you're in a bad spot. That owns you. Number 2, you can't pay your insurance deductible, which means if anything is wrong with your car, it's broken and needs fixing, you're driving a beat up car, and that means, guys, you got problems other than that. Number 3 is you're borrowing from your retirement account. Guys, if you're in debt, you got to borrow money. Don't ever, if you can, borrow from your retirement, because this means that, like, you're in a position in life where you have to take from your future to pay for your present. That is never good, guys. That's number 3. Number 4, your car payment is almost half your mortgage. So although y'all have like BMWs, Mercedes, right? And it's cool, we get it. Middle class, living life. Problem is that, like, if your payment's over $500, $600, $700, guys, and your mortgage is like $1,600, guys, that's half of your mortgage in a car. That in itself, guys, is bad debt. And some of y'all buy new cars. Lord have mercy, you buying a new car and financing that shit, bro? Dude, before you even take it off the lot, you're losing money. So it's like bad to be in that position, guys. All right, number 5. You need gap insurance whenever you buy a car. I don't know about y'all, but gap insurance is nothing more than an extra bill you shouldn't be paying, which means, once again, debt owns you. And then number 6 means you pay barely minimum on your credit card or loan payments. We get it. You know, tough times hit you. You gotta borrow some money. However, this means, once again, debt still owns you.
Welcome to the CEO Network by Freshprinceceo, your gateway to unprecedented success in 2024 and beyond. Join a community that thrives on innovation, collaboration, and growth. By becoming part of the CEO Network, you gain access to invaluable resources, expert insight, and a network of like-minded individuals. Elevate your business strategies, enhance your leadership skills, and gain the leverage needed to thrive in a dynamic landscape of 2024. Don't miss out on this opportunity to shape your future. Join the CEO Network today and position yourself for unparalleled success in the years to come. Your journey to success starts here. Click the link in the description.
Yeah, so, I mean, the takeaway from that, guys, is you typically don't want to have consumer debt, okay? And, you know, what is consumer debt? We're talking like credit card debt. You want to go to Saks Fifth Avenue and, you know, get drippy and all this other stupid shit that I told you guys about before. You really don't want to incur that kind of debt, because the thing is that a lot of the time the interest rate is going to eat you alive, especially with credit card debt.
Yeah.
Okay. And where does most people get their credit card debt? From consuming things, okay? And this is why it's so important, guys, to put yourself as a creator versus being a consumer. And most people, guys, are consumers. So I put myself in a position where I was not attached to things. And a lot of people, guys, are stuck where they're at because they're attached to things. I mean, hell, even a house, guys, if you purchase it as your primary residence a lot of the times and you're trying to stay there, will be a ball and chain and you won't be able to leave. You know, having a family, having children, putting them in school, etc. That house will end up turning into a tomb for a lot of you guys. So it's all about being intelligent and understanding that the less things that you have tying you down, the more chances you could take, the more opportunities you have, the more ability you have to create money and put yourself in a position to win. As a guy, you don't want to tie yourself down, especially when you're young, and things will tie you down, guys. And a lot of time, this consumer debt will do that to you. So that's one thing. So credit card debt, terrible. Stay away from it. Okay. Unless you're using it to buy an asset or procure something that's going to make you money, right? If you're investing in your business or whatever else like that, which is going to generate you money, that's one thing. But a lot of you guys, let's be honest, using credit cards to buy a bunch of stupid shit that isn't going to help you make money, that's going to just put you in debt, right? It's not worth it. And then on top of that, car payment, man, we had a whole discussion about this on Fresh's stream. For most of you guys, it's not worth it to make car payments on a vehicle. You're better off going, and this is coming from Fresh, that's a car guy. You want to tell them real quick about cars and like how to navigate that?
I got a car I could pay off fully, but I made payments on it because I was trying to build up my credit. Now, if you're young, trying to make it in life, you have a car payment that's high, you're holding yourself back because that money you spend, $700, $500 a month, could be going towards either investing in yourself or business. So we're just saying, look, opportunity cost here. You want to get a car? That's fine. Right now, you're building up your empire. You're working on your passion, your purpose. That's your focus. A car is last to that, right? So what you do is you get a car you can drive daily, point A to point B. That you can either pay for in cash, or you can pay for it in cash later on, or you make your payments because it's going to build your credit. You don't want to buy a new car because when you buy a new car, what happens is you're paying for that car before you even buy it.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, though, guys, if you have to have those type of debts, guys, it's a bigger problem because those type of debts, guys, like hard money loans and like, for example, loan sharks, is because you need the money badly, and they know that. So what happens is
they feed on your desperation.
They give you a high interest rate because you know what, you're desperate, so you'll take whatever you can get, and that's not where you want to be, guys.
Damn near credit card level, interest rates. And I would avoid hard money loans, man. Are there situations where you can use a hard money loan to your benefit? Yes, but the people that actually know how to use hard money loans don't have an issue with the money in the first place. They're using the hard money loan to maybe finance a quick real estate deal, a buy and flip, a fix and flip, whatever it may be. They're able to go ahead, get that money, fix the house up quickly, get the cash out, refinance, pay the fucking debt back, and then also profit.
Personally speaking, like if someone's a savvy investor, they get hard money loans because they have inspiration and they know how to pay it off in the future.
Yeah.
For most people that get hard money loans that are not investors, they have all the desperation.
And a lot of the time, they have the money in their bank account.
Exactly.
They just don't want to use their own capital.
Facts.
They already have the money. It's just that, like, why should I use my capital when I can go and use someone else's capital? I know what I'm doing. I can go ahead and flip this money quick, use someone else's money, let this money sit in my account or whatever it may be, gain interest, right? Or use it for some other kind of investment or trading or whatever the hell I'm doing versus taking my own money out. The thing is, guys, a lot of people that build wealth, they understand the concept of OPM, aka using other people's money. Credit is literally the backbone to financial stability and building wealth in the future, man. And you're not going to really get any asset worth having unless you have credit. Even a car, unless you're going to buy that thing cash, guys. Let's say you have the money in the bank account ready to go and you want to finance it, they still won't sell it to you.
Yeah.
If you got bad credit. You want to buy a home, realistically, are most people going to have, what's the median house price right now? Around $350,000 in the United States. Are you going to be able to have, do most Americans run around with $350K cash to buy a home? Hell no. Most people have to get a home loan, and most people don't even have enough to put down a 20%. They have to put a 3.5% down, whatever it may be, with an FHA loan. So you're always going to need to leverage your credit to some degree to get any type of asset, guys. So if you have bad credit, that's going to put you in a terrible, terrible, terrible situation, which is why you're going to end up having the bad debt. That's going to lead to you having bad debt, and then when you do have the bad debt, it's like it's a cycle. It's a snowball effect that's going to put you in a very bad position for financial situation.
You guys are watching this podcast right now, right? We get it. Awesome. Great job. However, this is a behavior change, a mindset change, because if you have bad money spending problems, guys, what happens is, like you said, you might get some money, but you're going to blow it eventually. So we're just saying, look, start with the mindset, watch a couple of these videos, learn, understand why you need to do it for yourself, and then do the behaviors now to actually connect that.
Blow up for this thing, blah, blah, blah. If you're watching this kind of content, you already think outside the box. You already understand that you need to, like, The burner performance is on you, and you need to perform, okay? We're not teaching you guys how to be average fucking Joes over here. We're teaching you guys how to become high value men, how to become fucking winners, okay? So if you're gonna be a winner, you need to exercise discipline. It goes from the gym to what you put in your body to how you spend your money, etc. It's a mindset shift, guys, okay? Two things. These are the two most important things for your credit score, okay, guys, to go up. Number one, you got to make sure that your credit utilization is under 30%, okay? I say under 10% is the best. And number two, the most important factor when it comes to your credit score is on-time fucking payments, okay, guys? So as you guys know, inflation is here, right? We're officially in a recession. You know, GDP growth has been going down, and oh yeah, okay, I'll get a marker for that so they can see. So we're gonna start here with on this side. Now I'm using easy numbers, guys, so that this is easy to understand, because my math sucks. But let's say you have $100,000 saved, right? We know inflation is somewhere between, it's been floating around at 8%, 9%, and then if you look at shadow stats, it's actually higher than that. But we're gonna go ahead and use a nice round number, 10% inflation. That means you have $90,000 in purchasing power. Okay, so you lost 10K in this scenario. This is where a lot of people put themselves. They might have some cash that they're sitting on in the bank, Bank of America, giving them almost no interest. Even Ali Bank, which is like less than 1% nowadays, which used to give 2% returns. Even if you're in a high yield interest savings account, it's still not going to hedge against inflation. All right, so if you put your money in a bank, this is basically where you're going to be. This is the reason why they say cash is trash. All right, so $100,000, 10% inflation, that's going to mean that you have $90,000 as far as purchasing power goes. You lost 10K. Now let's say you take that $100,000 and you invest it into real estate, and you go ahead and you buy a $500,000 house. Well, 100K is 20%. You put up that 20%. The bank gives you the other 80%, which is 400K. And then bang, next thing you know, you're able to purchase this $500,000 home. Okay. This $500,000 home is a duplex, triplex, whatever it may be. It's an asset. Okay. Because we know real estate on average almost always appreciates. Now with 10% inflation, right? That means home prices are also going to go up, right? So we can go ahead and say that the house, right, just for easy number purposes, appreciates 10%, okay? So it appreciates 10% right here. You guys can see here now, we got $500,000, right? It goes up 10%. Now it goes up to $550,000. So you gained $50,000 in equity in the home. However, you only put 20% down of this. You only put 100K down. So you just gained a 50% return, guys. Okay? Do you not just see what the fuck happened there? One more time. You take $100,000, right? Because if you had put this $100,000 in the bank and just let it sit there, you lose $10,000 of buying power. However, you invested into real estate, $100,000, right? 20%. You're able to go ahead and buy a $500,000 home. Okay? You only put up 100. The bank gives you 400. That house appreciates over 10%. Okay, over 10% with the inflation, it goes up to $550,000. You gained $50,000 in equity. However, you only put $100,000 down, so you got a 50% return on your money. You're not going to get that on the fucking stock market. You're not going to get that in any other asset class, really, except if you get lucky with some kind of shit coin. And at that point, if you don't sell it at the right time, you don't trade it at the right time, whatever the hell it is, volatile market, you might lose that opportunity. But not only did you gain this equity, okay, you're also cash flowing, you're also getting tax benefits. And then on top of that, as the house appreciates, you could do something called a cash out refinance. When you do that cash out refinance, guess what happens? That's a non-taxable event. In that non-taxable event, you pull out that equity. Let's say you want to pull out this extra 50K that you may have gained, or $100,000. You're able to pull LVT, right? LTV. 75 to 80% of whatever you gained, right, of the total value of the home. Bam, now you can go ahead and take that money and do this again. Take another 100K and then go buy another house, which will give you more tax benefits. And keep in mind, guys, when you depreciate the house for tax purposes, you're able to depreciate the purchase price, the whole $500,000, not what you actually put down, which was only $100,000. So this is an example, guys, where you take $100,000, you invest into real estate, and then even with inflation hurting the power of the dollar and the purchasing power, you win because you invested into an asset that's appreciating over time, and instead of losing $10,000, you gained $50,000. Okay, this is why real estate is the fastest and most efficient way to build wealth, and why 90+% of millionaires make their money from real estate, guys. Not to mention all the tax benefits that come, the cash flow, the appreciation, the ability to cash out, refinance, and have a non-taxable event. This is how the rich stay rich, guys. All right.